Now, writing effective email is one thing to have these emails, is one thing to know the type of emails you want to send, but it's also another thing to write those emails effectively. Now, this starts with a strong subject line. It has to be short, curiosity-driven, value-based, with a strong hook that captures the user or the prospects. Because when they get the notification about an email, it's this subject line that pops up first. So when I see a congratulations, you just won, that makes me want to open it to figure out what I want. Now, personalization. This speaks to personalizing emails to have that connection with your users. Speaks to you using, say, their name, their date of birth, or you can segment people based off on interest, or even said tailored content based on maybe personal conversation you had with that prospect or with that client. So personalization is very important. Clear structure. Say an intro, you explain the value, and then you explain the call to action, or use some simple models. Like make sure you do the explain the problem, the agitation, and then the solution, or use the AIDA model. Attention, and then get the person interested, spot their desire, and then tell them the next point of action. One main message. So avoid overwhelming your readers. Is one thing to have a good subject line, which gets you good open rates, but it's also another to get good context, to write good body letter or write up context, right? So that they can then click on the designated list link you have added to the content to give you the actual conversion you want. So it's very important. Make your message clear. Subject line, your flight takes off tomorrow. Flight to where? I don't want to miss my flight. And then the person opens up. Ensure the context speaks to the flight. Here's your flight to the next stage of your career. And it's being led by this and this and this and these decisions. We are here to help you make decisions very, very easy and smooth. We are here to guide you. Click the link to book a consultation session with our experts. That's it. Good takeaway. The takeaway here is good email copy feels personal, conversational, and purposeful. Let's talk about automation and drip campaigns. So drip campaigns are pre-written emails or newsletter sent over days or weeks automatically, right? So in other words, you make a plan and say, on day one, when the person comes into our email list, send this email. 2 days later, send this. 3 days later, send this. 1 week later, send this. That's a drip campaign, right? Let's talk about triggers. Triggers speaks to certain actions that this person must have carried out, or this email user must have carried out. This includes sign-ups, download, purchases, inactivity. In other words, you could plan the drip campaign around certain triggers. So send this email to this user when they drop into our email list. If the person signs up, click the link there to sign up. Of course, for the person to drop to our email list, the person must have signed up, right? So, but the person clicks on this particular link to maybe sign up again to another level or to another product, or say another action wanted the person to carry out, right? Or download our book, or make a purchase, send this. If a person is inactive for 1 day or 2 days, send this. Those are triggers. Now let's talk about the goal. Keep nurturing without manually sending every email. Best use case, study abroad onboarding, application reminders. Those are some of the use cases for the drip campaign and the newsletters, or some of these other concepts we've talked about. Example, day 1, send a welcome email. Day 3, top countries for Nigerians to study abroad. Day 5, book a consultation call. Right? Those are emails that you might plan for a particular duration. Key takeaway, automation helps you scale your marketing without extra effort or without so much effort. Email tools and platforms you can give a try. Mailchimp, beginner friendly, and easy to push newsletters and some automations. ConvertKit, best for creators and automation. MailerLite, simple, clean, and budget friendly. Very simple platform. HubSpot, a bit advanced with automation, has CRM integrations and a couple of other tools that you can incorporate. Brevo, formerly Send in Blue, good for bulk and transactional emails. Example, PageHQ uses automated sequence to push students to complete application. So in other words, every sequence, when they first talk to a consultant, and then when they maybe make the first application payment, they've not sent the document, there's a message going out for them to reminding them to send the application letter and all of those other things. Key takeaway, choosing the right tool helps you execute your strategy effectively and with little cost or based off on your budget. Email analytics and metrics to look out for. One is the open rate. This measures subject line effectiveness because it speaks to how much of your emails were opened, right? So open rate means the copy or the subject line was strong enough for somebody to open. Click-through rate means it's the engagement within your content. So when the person reached through the email content, did they click on the link you have there or carry out the action you intended for them to? So that's the click-through rate. Conversion rate now measures the actual desired action that you had planned. So let's say you wanted them to join the WhatsApp group. So click the link and they join a group. After they click the link, which is the click-through rate, which is how it became high, did they end up joining the group? That's where your conversion then happens. Bounce rate indicates email delivery quality. In other words, which emails bounced back, either because of reasons like their emails are full, or the email is incorrect, or they have simply unsubscribed from receiving your emails. Unsubscribe rate is another, measures content relevance, meaning for someone to unsubscribe, your content isn't relevant to them or they don't need it. Example, low open rate means that you have to test new subject line tone or subject line hook. Key takeaway, analytics shows what's working and what needs improvement. Compliance and best practices. Well, this is an ecosystem that has some compliance rules and some bodies that have placed some laid down rules you have to always follow. So avoid spamming, send only to people who opted in, right? And then use unsubscribed links. For transparency and trust, you have to allow people the opportunity to unsubscribe if they want to. Don't use misleading subject lines. I know we want to get good open rates, want to get hooks, but it shouldn't be misleading, because when the client or the prospect gets to read the mail and the mail doesn't match the hook or the subject line, it's a bit disappointing, and not all will take it well. They might just unsubscribe or leave or report your emails or move it to spam. Respect frequency. So don't overwhelm subscribers by sending them emails every day. It could be tiring, right? So you could stay around twice a week or once a week. Example, using last day to apply, only if genuinely it is the last day. Key takeaway, email marketing works best when you respect user consent, because sending emails to someone who is not interested is a waste of time. Let's see some hands-on activity. Write 3 subject lines for a professional email for any business of your choice. Create a 4 email nurture sequence. Build an opt-in form with a lead magnet. Create and schedule a newsletter for the week. Practical email creation builds confidence and skill in email marketing. This assessment will be evaluated based on clarity, creativity, structure, and relevance. Mastering email marketing opens opportunities for freelancers or full-time digital marketing role.